right, we're gonna see who ends up popping on here. Turn those off. Let's see how far I can get away from this this thing here. About that far. We'll wait for people to hop on here. See what goes down. What's up? How you doing? Definitely have a few things to talk about in this particular live stream, that's for sure. Whew. So, as we start getting people on here, we're going to be talking about what we're talking about for this particular live stream. What's up, Craig? What's up, Jason? I'm going to kind of move y'all around as I can. I've got y'all plugged into the old charger. So, I don't know how much moving's going to happen here. I've got a couple of things that I really need to talk about in this particular live stream that's going to actually probably make a lot of people happy. But I'm going to grab a couple of things while I'm doing that. So, let's grab things for one. But I'm going to grab another thing too. We're going to grab both of these. Now, what's up? What's up? So, as we start getting into the live stream a little bit more, I'll explain a little bit more of what we've got going on. So, for one, for people who are watching this after the fact, what's up to y'all too? I am going to be changing up the program just a little bit, and hopefully a lot of people like it. Hopefully people are excited about it. I'm doing it, we're going to call it involuntarily, but voluntarily at the same time. So I am going to try out full-time knife making for a little while. So the place that I was working for, well, I'm just going to be real with you. My wife's over here trying to talk to me and stuff like that. So the place that I was working for was an RV dealership. They consolidated my position down from mine and the other guy that does what I do down into one position, which means that I got taken out of the picture. So yesterday was my last day there, and now until I get a different job, YouTube and knife making is going to be my primary focus. So we're going to have a lot going on. I'm going to be really working on my website, adding a whole bunch more knobs there. We're going to be doing more stuff on the channel. So the last time that I had this much free time to do a thing, I did a daily vlog. That was whenever I was really just starting to get into knife making and COVID first hit. And we had that like 2.5 weeks of, there was no jobs anywhere, basically. I went ahead and did a daily vlog. I went ahead and focused on the channel, and that's when we actually started doing a lot of things with the channel. But now I don't really have a job, so I've got to make this job work. So I'm going to be doing, like I said, a lot more on the channel. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is a daily live stream. So we're going to be out here, we're going to be working, we're going to be getting things done. I'm going to be showing y'all slight processes that I'm doing to help myself up my game within my website sales, my website, knives that I'm making. One of the things that I'm going to be focusing on is making a few batch knives. So we're going to be making some EDCs. Now I've got a profile that I've been just kind of sitting on for a little while. I've got it on this little piece of Damascus right here. This is a variation of the Rivolette design that I did. It's the heirloom knife, the video that's got like 1 million views on my channel. This is a variation of it. Now I'm not going to be making all these out of Damascus. I'm going to be making them out of a few different steels, and I'm going to be making a few different styles of knives that are going to be pretty cool as well. And some of them are forged, probably most of them, just because I need to maximize material. I don't have a huge budget right now because my budget's completely created by me and not the job that I had. So, and thank you. All the prayers and things like that are super welcome. I really appreciate those, and it makes my life a lot better. You know, it's been kind of a crazy time. I went from hatchet to the ankle, going through all that crap, limping everywhere, looking like the Walking Dead, just dragging my foot places. Went from that to, of course, now I'm doing good physically. And then this happened, you know, lost a job, but I get to focus on the other job, which is knife making and YouTube. And I get to focus on my family, my house, things like that. Thank you. You know, I think it was better. I think that this was the best route when it comes to this particular process. And I'm really excited about, you know, what's going to happen. We don't know. I might get a job tomorrow. I might get a job 3 days from now, however it may be. I'm going to commit to a live stream for at least the next 2 weeks, every single day. And we're going to go through and we're going to make this thing happen. And I'm going to show you all the process of what we're doing and a lot of different things. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have Shop Talk Tuesday episodes. I'm not really going to be showing the process of this particular build right here in the live streams. I've got a few more things that I got to do to this, but this one is going to have its own episode on Tuesday where I actually finish profiling it. I do all the stuff because I think y'all are going to really like this when it's all said and done. It's going to have a very unique look to it, but we're going to be focusing on EDCs. I've got this profile, the other profile. We got to get that stuff done. We got to batch some things together. And we've got to really focus on making this shop successful and work and, you know, make it my priority. And that's the way it's going to be. You know, luckily, you know, most people who lose a job, they don't have a second income. They don't have the ability to make something else and create something else. Luckily, I already had a website lined up, already selling things. And luckily, I have the YouTube channel to help with that. So I've got a good start in this particular process. So we're going to see how this goes. And I'm excited about it. Hopefully y'all are too. I've got a whole bunch of projects lined up, and I think it's going to be really cool to work on them in the live streams and really focus on those things and actually show y'all what we have going on. The last time I did this daily vlog thing, basically what I did was I showed you what I was doing in the shop whenever I was working on it, and I just put it out there. The difference is we're going to be doing this live stream style so that y'all can actually talk during it, so that I can actually respond to y'all in live moments as opposed to me just putting a video out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for rooting for me. Yeah, no, I saw that comment, the Walt Disney Imagination thing. I love that. That is absolutely awesome. And I try to do a lot of things slightly different than the average person, especially like things like this where you do the Lin Ray X-ray knife, but slightly different. I'm really happy with how this actually turned out. So the crazy thing is how close the thickness of this tail is to the bolster. Because whenever I was forging this, the tail was all the way out here. The bolster was all the way over here. Whenever I folded it over and lined it up, it was absolutely spot on. Now, there is going to be a pin here. A lot of people said to take this, bevel these, and weld this, but I'm not doing that. There's going to be a pin. I'm going to drill through here, and then that pin's going to be pinned over. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a full hidden pin or if I'm going to do like a brass pin so you can actually see where it goes through in the connection. I haven't decided that yet, but basically there's going to be a pin pinned in there. The bevels are going to cut in, and the cool thing about this is you have this step down, the shoulders going down into the blade area, then you're going to have another step down going into the actual cutting edge. And it's just going to have some really cool lines. Right now it's really square, but it's not going to be square. If you think about it, once I get done rounding all of this, there is just going to be a little line of forging around this, and then it's going to be rounded up to make that handle comfortable. If you ever get a chance, look up a Lin Ray X-ray knife, and you'll get to see what I'm talking about on some of his bigger knives like Bowie's and stuff like that, where he rounds this. So you have all the forged texture on the inside, nice smooth rounded outside. It's going to be something else. It's going to look really, really cool, and I think it's going to be unique. But I am going to focus on the EDCs in the live stream and getting those done. I've got a couple other knives that I need to knock out, so I'm going to show y'all the process on all that stuff and how I can actually do those things in the shop. So the knives are going to be forged. So tomorrow night we might actually do the design process on the knives, because I'll be coming out here to do the live stream as soon as my wife's done teaching dance class. I'll come out here, do that. We'll talk about the profiles and how I decided to design them, and I'll answer questions and talk about that stuff while we're doing that. And then the next night we'll go ahead, and I'll probably have some of them already forged, but I'll go through and we might do a little bit of forging, things like that, and just have a blast making knives, hanging out in the shop, doing this thing, talking, seeing what y'all got going on. And thank you, Duck Rabbit. Forging. I'm really excited about that Quaking. So I went ahead and I looked up on the internet X-ray knife, Quaking, X-ray knife, integral bolster, Quaking. If you look up any of those names together, it doesn't show you any of them in any capacity combined together. So this is the first one, and I think that that's really cool. I'm excited about that. Now, when it comes to other projects, I'm going to talk about a bunch of different stuff. I think y'all are going to like it. This isn't going to be just me, kind of. I think my phone's charged enough so that I can actually bring you over here. There we go. Maybe right about there. So I've got a lot of EDCs profiled up here. The one that I'm primarily going to be using is, let's see here. Is it even up there? It's right here. It's a variation of this guy. So this is the heirloom knife. What's up, Pinto? So that's the heirloom knife. That's the one that I'm going to be doing a variation of with the EDCs. This is one of them. I've got another one that's kind of like a Kephart design, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. I see Elijah over at Fire Creek Forge. He makes a lot of them, and I like that profile for like a good EDC. And the way that I'm going to be trying to size them is so that when they're in the sheath, you could technically put it in your front pocket. So I'm going to be ordering some Ulti clips that actually snap in like a money clip, but that way you can actually pull the knife from a pocket if you want to. You can even put it in a vest pocket like this, pull it out this way, pull it out this way. You can put it in the upper chest pocket if you wanted to. But I think that's the way that I'm going to go with the sheaths on them and everything, so that it's pocket knife size and something that's like just comfortable to carry. And that's what we're going to be going with. Again, if you're just logging in to the live stream, I was let go from my job, and I am going to be focusing on the channel and my website and my knife making as my career until I decide or I get offered another job. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I'm taking it as a positive thing. I've wanted to focus on this for a while. Maybe God was saying, hey, this is the moment. You need to go ahead and do this and focus on this and, just make this a thing. So we're going to see what happens. I'm still applying to work at places just because a guaranteed income is nice, but sometimes you just got to push yourself forward and do what you can do. Are any of y'all full-time knife makers? Yes? No? Are y'all hobbyists? I mean, I know there's a lot of full-time knife makers out there, or people that are like kind of 50-50 with their knife making and their regular job. For me, it was like 70% regular job. No, I was like 60% regular job and like 30% knife making, and then family life, and then the rest of the time just chaos. Know what you're hoping to be. Craig is a hobby. See, that's pretty cool. Full-time student, so hopefully after that, nice. See, the cool thing about knife making is it's a hobby that can pay your bills. Not 100%. I know that knife making is not going to make you rich. It's just really not. I luck out and I have knife making and the YouTube channel, so it helps out a lot. But knife making is nice because it's a hobby that can help subsidize your income. Retired plumber, nice. It can subsidize your income. It could help, pay bills whenever stuff like this happens. Where one day I was working and the next day, nothing. There was no warning. There was nothing. It was work as usual, doing everything I was doing, and then boop, they let me go and went with the younger guy that I trained to do my job. And the cool thing is, the guy that ended up getting the job or was able to keep his job, I love him. He is one of my best friends. He's the reason why I started YouTube. His name is Keegan Walker. He has a channel called Keegan Co. He does car videos and stuff like that, makes skateboards and paints and does all that stuff. But he's the reason why I got my first camera and I shot my first video. He took me to go get the camera from a lady at a Buc-ee's near DFW, and I bought my first camera from her, put out my first video. He's in several of my first videos that I ever put out, and he has taken my job twice now. The first time was because I had, trained him up to be my assistant manager. I was leaving that business. I promoted him to become the manager as I was exiting, so he took my job then. Whenever I started the new place, and then whenever that place started working out real well, I brought him over, trained him up, educated the hell out of him, and he got my job again. These damn young people. I'm kidding though. He's absolutely awesome. He lives about just a few blocks away from me, and he's my best friend. So I'm happy that he was able to at least keep his job and make sure that he could take care of his family and do everything that he needed to do as well. So, I'm taking it as an upside. There's a reason behind everything that happens to us in life. My wife and I, we prayed about it, and I've talked to several people about this. I've been very lucky and very blessed to have things work out in several different ways throughout my life. And I appreciate moments like this because you never know what's going to happen until the thing happens, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to be positive about it. I'm going to adapt. I'm going to make this thing happen. And again, like I said, I have an awesome, I had an awesome backup, which is knife making and YouTube. So I absolutely love this. Just finished getting my forge at Anvil, ordering a belt grinder this evening. Can't wait to get started in the learning process. Well, Jason, I got a lot of videos, so you got a lot of stuff to watch to be able to get used to this stuff. And this is going to be awesome. And if you ever have any questions, Jason, feel free to ask me, man. You got me on Instagram. Feel free to add me to Facebook and send me a message. If you have any questions about anything, I'm all for being able to help you out in the process, or you can pick my brain as much as you want. Don't worry about it. It's a hobby, stress reliever. It's very much a stress reliever for me, and work as hard as you would, and that's what I'm going to do. So tomorrow, what I'm doing is I'm clocking in just like it was my regular job. I'm coming out here. I've got stuff that I've got to do. I got to get this 12 by 12 cleared out so that I can get that space ready to be an extra part of the shop. I've got doors to put in. I've got an awning to finish. I've got knives to make money. I've got pictures to take of knives that I need to add to the website. I've got like 35, 40 knives that I got to add to the website. So I got to take pictures of stuff like that, get descriptions made, get those things added. And I'm all in, man. I'm super excited about this, and I think it's going to be awesome. And awesome. So thank you. I'm sure we'll have some. And if you do, again, just feel free to reach out. Any of y'all guys, if y'all ever have questions about stuff like this, I'm super easy to talk to through Instant Messenger or through Facebook or whatever. Just reach out to me, and I can help you through a lot of different things, especially right now because I have nothing but time. But I'm going to treat this like it's a 9 to 5. I'm going to go ahead, come out here, put in the work. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about getting out here early. Thank God it's not 100 degrees outside whenever I decided to start doing this. So it's been awesome. Today was like 70 degrees. I think it's going to be really cool. Now, the only thing that sucks is on my way home from the grocery store, my car got rear-ended too. So that kind of sucks. Not my cool car. Well, they're both cool cars, but not the Porsche that you saw on the channel. That's my little like sedan. That got rear-ended today. So I've got to deal with insurance and all that stuff with it. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. But again, I ain't got nothing but time, so it's fine. It's not like I have to commute back and forth to work. All I got to do is make breakfast in the morning, come out here, and start working. That's going to be pretty cool. My own boss. Yes, and I will be putting myself to work. I've got a lot to do. We got to get things set up, and we got to make this thing happen. And like I said, if I end up getting a job, who knows? I might get a job tomorrow. I might get a job 2 days from now. We'll see how that goes. Again, guaranteed income is a lot better than sporadic income. So I'm still going to do that. I'm not super into being unemployed. This is the first time that I've had that happen in a very long time. So it's going to be interesting. But I am employed. I'm employed by me. So we'll make this thing absolutely happen. Now, when it comes to a few of the projects that I have coming up, I am excited about the giveaway build. I don't know if y'all thought about that, remembered it, or anything like that. I am making my version of an Arkansas toothpick with a D-guard, and it's going to be a pretty big dagger. It's going to have a D-guard on it. It's going to be really cool. If you ever decided to defend yourself with it, it's going to be absolutely insane. But I am going to be making that. So that's one of the projects that we have coming up. And I think it's going to be really cool. Make some knives. We're going to. We're going to make a lot of those. So if you're just now joining, one of the things, lost my job. So I feel like it's funny because your thing is RV Hauler Adventures. The place that I lost my job from was an RV dealership. But I am going to be making a lot of knives, and you're going to be part of that. It's going to be an absolute blast. Good morning from Antarctica. First of all, I'm pretty sure that you're in my state right now, Mr. Chip. Again, for the people that are just joining, definitely did end up losing my job today, or technically yesterday. But you know what the cool part about losing this job? It's a small thing. I got my mini fridge from work. So now I have a mini fridge in my shop here. You know, it's a small thing, but I'm happy about that. I've wanted my mini fridge over here. I just decided to, finally put it up there, and now I have all the cold water because that's pretty much the only thing I drink because I'm on one of those get yourself in shape diets. Whenever I cut my ankle, okay, and what they do is they plop you on the ER bed, and that bed weighs you, and it said that I was 225 pounds, and I was like, nope, That's not okay. So I stopped drinking sodas completely, which is nice because that really helps on the budget. My whole entire family, we've stopped drinking sodas. We just drink water, flavored water, stuff like that. And I was able to lose like 15 pounds in a few weeks. So, you know, right at about that 210, looking good. But I don't have the extra belly hands. If you watched me build the shop, the belly hands was my extra pair of hands. Anytime I was lifting up a piece of wood, I would just be like, okay, hold that there, move it up, belly hands, drill things in, and yeah, that was a little inside joke. Do one of the classes or seminars. I would like to attend a class. That would be actually pretty cool. So RV Hauler is your name? Like, your first name's RV? If that's a thing, that's awesome. And then, so you're looking for a job when you found that one? Yep. So the interesting thing is the place that I was actually working for recruited me from another dealership. They just recruited me, and I just happened to train the guy under me really, really, really well. And he's younger, and I'm older. It kind of is how it is. You know how it goes. But we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Hey, making knives is hard work. You'll probably lose all that pretty quick. This is true, especially because I'm going to be forging a lot of them. So the EDCs that I'm going to be putting out, they're all going to be slightly unique because I am going to forge all of the EDCs. At first, I was thinking about taking this chunk of 26C3 right here and doing some stock removal because I got a big bar of 26C3. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few chef knives out of that. I've got some 8670. I've got some 80 CRB2. I've got a bunch of 5160. I'm going to be taking those and making EDCs out of it. So I'm going to be forging all of the knives just because I want to maximize the amount of material that I have. If I start doing a bunch of stock removal, I'm going to be sacrificing a lot of material, and I don't really have the budget to sacrifice material right now. So it's going to be a lot of forging to be able to make EDCs happen. So the unique thing about forging EDCs is trying to make them similar in the forging process. So it's going to be a lot of repetition, which is really, really nice. If you wanted to try and get really used to your hammer techniques, go through and try to make a batch of knives by forging them, as opposed to taking a template, marking it out, and cutting all those out. Try and forge all those EDCs within a similar profile, so all you got to do is remove a little bit of material. So it's going to be nice practice for me as well. And we're at 31 people on here. Thank y'all for actually coming here and joining this. So Robbie Vance Hauler, that's awesome. Go Kyle Royer and teach us how to do some cool stuff. Yep, that's what's going to be happening during these live streams. What's up, Harry? What's up, Steve? Hey, and by the way, so Steve Jennings right there, if y'all watched the last video that I put out, whenever I was rapping, where are we at here? I'm going to show y'all something. When I was rapping, this right here, to make that profile, I was using this block. This is a big old billet of ladder Damascus that Steve sent me. So I had this in the vise. Making this profile, this wonderful block of ladder Damascus is the thing I was using as like a die or a nice little tool. So thank you, Steve. You helped me make this knife. I'll be forging this big old chunk of Damascus into an integral bolster knife. This is going to be a collaboration between me and Steve Jennings, and it's going to be pretty cool. I'm really happy that he sent me this. We're going to make this thing happen. It's going to be a really, really, really cool Hirsch. So it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be really cool. We'll see how it goes. Let's see here. What's up, Jeff Rose? And then I always forget all my stuff. I'm cheap and we heard free flavored water, right? Uh, I know, and this thing was moving around a lot. So one of the things that I need to really think about getting, and I've had a whole bunch of people send me pictures of them, is a guillotine tool to be able to do my step downs for my integral bolsters. I need to get a lot of tooling. I either need to get a whole lot of tooling or I need to make a lot of tooling. And I think that it's probably going to be the whole make it thing because, again, having the budget is what it is. I can weld when I need to. Let's take a American. Yeah. Need a tool, make a tool. Yep. So, and yes, I will be teaching y'all how I do them. So whenever I actually make them, send you a picture of mine. Yeah, thank you, Steve. So I do got my little handy dandy, little cheap welder down here, the old Harbor Freight guy, but it's done plenty of things. I'm most likely going to go ahead and make some of those tools just because, again, buying a inexpensive guillotine tool on Amazon is like $100-something. I could actually go and buy the materials. I don't even have to buy the materials. I have a ton of mild steel, a ton of different stock that I could actually go through and just make it. So I'm probably going to end up doing that. Tool making video. Yep. Sometimes much fun as tools making nice. And I agree. Anytime that I can create something that makes my life easier, I love that process. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do it and make it. And I've also got a couple of restoration things. So I got these two vise down here, vices, multiple vise. I've got those. Those are Wiltons. I'm going to be rebuilding those and restoring them. So I've got that going on. I got those out of an old shop, and I want to retire, not really retire, but stop using my Harbor Freight vise that has the jaws that like to mar everything up. These have nice, smooth, clean jaws on them, and they bite down super hard. So whenever I'm going through and I'm straightening things, it's going to be really nice. Plus, one of them opens up to 8 inches, and one of them opens up to like almost 10 inches. So you can put pretty much anything you need to in those. They're absolutely awesome. But those Wilton vices, those are going to get restored on the channel as well. Going to bounce back like a champ. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to, again, because I've decided that I'm going to do this and still look for a job. It just is going to make my life a lot easier. And I've been managing people for a very long time. I've got an awesome resume, so I'm really blessed with that. I've got an amazing wife that's standing 1.5 feet away behind the phone here. And she is absolutely awesome, and she pushes me to be a better person and do awesome things. And, you know, sometimes she has to kick me out here into the shop and say, get out there and get to work. You know, you got stuff to do. So I really appreciate her. Press-centered Ironworks has a good guillotine toolkit. I'll check that one out too. Even if I'm just looking at it because I might decide that I'm going to make it myself. Here's a kit over there, but it's crazy expensive. Yep. And see, that's one of the things. I love supporting other creators who make tools and things like that. I get tools from other creators. My hammers, I love getting hammers from people. And, you know, it's one of those things where I gladly will pay for a hammer that I'm going to really, really, really use. Elijah is going to be making another batch of hammers. Over at Fire Creek Forge, he's the one that made my 5-pound hammer. I'm going to be getting a 3.25-pound hammer from him. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be really cool. He used one in his videos, and I was like, yep, I want that. And he said, okay. So we're going to be doing that. Again, the thing with trying to make tools is I've never done it. So I'm going to learn that process. I will teach y'all what I learn during it. That's one of my favorite things. I like to do something that's new and unique. And whatever I end up learning during the process, I like to show it off and tell y'all. Because, again, if a lot of people did that I think it would be a beautiful thing. One of the skills that a lot of people lose right now is the ability to work with their hands and the ability to problem solve and think through just how to get to the end result of the project that they're working on and not being afraid to just go ahead and do it. And for me, the thought process of having to think through a project is so awesome. I love that. Just the gratification of me going, hey, this is the thing that I want to make. I'll draw it right here. I'll draw it on this, or I'll draw it in a sketchbook. And then I make the dang thing, and I'm like, God, that's awesome. That's what I love doing. Because I've never made it. But the end result is the thing. It's just awesome. What's up, Jason? Yeah. I didn't exactly say that I lost my job on the Facebook post, but I did say that I was involuntarily going knife making full time for a little while. And that's what I'm doing. Thanks to people like you, Jason, for actually being a member and helping out. If y'all didn't know this, in my videos, there's a little join icon to the bottom left-hand side of the video. I don't know exactly where it is on the phones, but there's a little join button that you can press, and you become, it's almost like Patreon, but through YouTube. And it's pretty simple because it doesn't require you to have a Patreon account. And but that's basically Patreon. It helps the channel. There's 2 different memberships. There's a regular member and then a VIP. Both of those help the shop be successful. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be doing for that particular side. My wife is actually making some shirts for the members, and I'm going to be sending them out. I got to get your size, Jason. I got to get the people that are part of the members their sizes so I can send them a shirt, because I'm going to send a members only shirt out. And I've also got a few other things that's going to be happening, and it's going to be pretty cool. Thank you, Jason. That's I know a lot of people have faith in it, and I have faith in myself. And like I said earlier, God's blessed me in several ways, and I think it's just going to continue to happen. I think that this was meant to be, so it's okay. Looked it up. The A-frame kit is $45. The C-frame 68. Extra die blanks are 12. That's actually not a bad price. That's like quite a bit less than the ones that are on Amazon. Who's that through? That you're saying that they're priced at that? You're saying that's Christ-Centered Ironworks? Okay. I'll check that out. Plus, I might actually just give them a call or send them a message. One of the other things that I'm going to try and do, let's say I decide to do this for a little bit longer. I've got a good friend that lives he only lives like 5 minutes away from me. His name is Chad Kennedy. I had talked to him, and I want to talk to him again about possibly building a press in his shop. He's already built presses and stuff like that, and I think that one of the things that I want to get into in my shop is making Damascus and mosaic Damascus and doing the billets, selling the billets, making the billets, making knives out of them, showing y'all my process to all of that stuff, because I always do everything slightly different, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. So I think that that's going to be something I want to get into, and if I can make it, I'm going to be filming the process and show y'all how we made it. So there are videos out there of people making presses. Hopefully I can collaborate with him, because he does have a YouTube channel, and we can kind of figure something out and build that thing. I have the pipe for a press, just don't know where to start. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, knowing where to start is a huge thing. And I've got friends that have done the log splitter presses and things like that. So that's one thing. But for me, I think the process of building it from scratch and having another YouTuber help me do that, it'll do two things. For one, it'll help their channel grow, and help their business grow, and we get to collaborate on something. We've thought about collaborating on knives in the past and stuff like that, but I think that building a press would be pretty cool, and trying to show how that works would be really, really cool. And I think that's the way that I want to go. Of course, I still have to talk him into doing this, because he's like a metal fabricator by trade. That's what he does, and I know he's super busy all the time, but this might be the perfect time to be able to do this, and we can work on it together. Hey, and thank you for doing that. And yes, I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna adapt to this, and I am gonna let God, do with it what He does. And I think it's gonna be awesome. And I think that everything that happens is meant to be. And I've been very lucky in my life, and this is just another step in a direction that I'm gonna take, and we're gonna make it happen. And like I said, who knows? I might have a job tomorrow. I might have a job 3 days from now. Either way, I'm going to treat it like this is my job until that thing happens. And y'all are going to come along for the ride. But tomorrow's video, okay? Tomorrow's video, we're going to be working. We're going to be getting things accomplished. And the video after that, or the live stream after that, we're going to get things accomplished. Live stream after that, we're going to get things accomplished. Y'all are going to be going with me during this process. I will, of course, be working during the day. You'll get to see what I worked on during that day, during the live stream. Plus, we'll be knocking some stuff out during the live stream. Hopefully, y'all are excited about it. Think of this as a cool little, it's 7 o'clock at night, hang out in the shop, talk, and make some stuff. Because that's what we're going to be doing. Y'all have got videos that are still going to come out on Tuesdays. I'm going to be consolidating some of my multi-part series. Some of my Shop Talk Tuesday builds where I do like part 1, part 2, part 3. I'm going to be consolidating those down into singular episodes that don't really have as much talking. It's just more sit back, relax, chill, watch the project come together in like 10 to 15 minutes as opposed to some crazy super long build. So you'll be able to watch some of those builds that I've made in the past just kind of go through the motion and be made. We're going to be doing that. We got a lot of stuff. Now, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to eat some dinner. This isn't exactly going to be a 1 hour live stream. The ones that we're going to have from this point forward will be. But guys, I just wanted to give y'all an update, what's going on. Hey, before y'all bounce, if y'all have ever been interested in buying one of my knives, my website's 20% off. riversexperience.com, theriversexperience.com. I've got all my stuff on there, 20% off. Tomorrow, I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of YouTube builds onto there. They're also going to be 20% off. I'm going to have the sword that I just got done making for the challenge for sale this week. I'm going to have several builds on there, and definitely check it out. And I'll let you know, Jason, whenever. Well, you're going to get to see when the EDCs are ready anyways. They're going to be really cool. I've got some beautiful handle material that's going to be going on them by Oleg over there at knifewood.com. He's been supplying me with wood for a while. They're going to be beautiful burl wood, stabilized, dyed burl woods on the handles. It's just going to be some unique, absolutely beautiful, fun, forged knives that are going to be awesome. So hopefully y'all are excited about that. I'm playing with Bluegrass Festival starting tomorrow in Amarillo, Texas. After that, I'm back in my shop. The knife teeth hatchets. That's cool, man. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And have a good one. Got it right. Hey, see you later, RV. Speaking of a challenge, what do you want to do the next one to be? I wanted the Apocalypse one, but I think it's going to be the Viking challenge. Either way, I am going to be putting my own twist on it, and it's still going to be traditional-ish, but it's going to be really cool. There's going to be a lot of work that goes into it, the way that I plan on making what I'm going to be making. And I'm going to do it all how I typically do it. It's going to be a lot of hand forging. I'm going to make a sword, but it's going to be a lot of hand forging. It's going to be a lot of doing things by hand and just making it happen with what I have. I'm going to be putting runes into it. It's going to have a crazy etch to it. It's going to have crazy textures. It's going to be really fun. I think y'all are going to like it. Guys, thank y'all for coming to this. Thank y'all for participating. I love the live streams. when people actually communicate and talk. This is absolutely awesome. I feel blessed that I have y'all to come out here and hang out with. You know, it always raises my spirits, makes me feel pumped and happy. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to be putting in a little bit of work. And then from that point forward, we're going to be putting in some more work and getting it go. Guys, I'm happy that people do come by and learn and do stuff like that. And anything that I can do to help y'all. My motto has always been experience, learn, teach. You experience the thing, you learn from what you experienced, and then you teach what you learn. That's the way to go. It makes your life awesome, and it really puts value to the things that you learn rather than keeping it to yourself. And no one gets to take that skill further or anything like that. So I love that aspect of my life. Oculus challenge is just what I do anyways. Yep, same. I take all my little pieces, the sword that I made, angle iron, leaf spring, wheelbarrow handle, paracord. All stuff that I had. Made a whole entire sword for a samurai challenge. That's how we roll, right? Guys, thank y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Be blessed. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow.